Hello everybody, my name's Sam and welcome to my channel Search Sparkle with Sam, and welcome to my little cozy festive corner of the internet. This is the beginning of my Vlogmas 25. So if you were paying attention yesterday, you would have seen a little story. So when I first started my channel, I did Vlogmas quite early on. I was very green and I decided that it would be a good idea to write a little Vlogmas poem. And I was very embarrassed and I read it very embarrassingly. And I thought I wanted to have a do-over of that one and write a new Vlogmas poem and do that kind of in a little bit more of a fun way. So I hope you enjoyed that last night. If you did, don't forget to go and, give it a little thumbs up and give it some love, because, that's where the love is. That would be great. And if you don't want to miss one of my Vlogmas sessions, now I understand that Vlogmas is, it's a little bit of a commitment and I'm not asking for full commitment. But if you don't want to miss one and you think, oh, actually, Sam, this sounds like a really fun thing that Sam's doing and, I don't want to miss one, then don't forget to press that bell button, because then you'll be notified every time mine pop up. But please subscribe and give me a like just to show me some love. That would be great. So yes, so I'm going to slot in a little bit all about my advent calendars, so you know which ones that I'm going to be opening, and I'll open the ones that I'm going to be opening today a little while into the video. But I've got my little cup of tea here. My hungry caterpillar tea, and I just thought I'd go through what was going to be happening throughout Vlogmas. Now, those of you that have been with me for a little while know that I tend to do Vlogmas in a slightly different way. I do everything in my own way. That's how I work. But you might also have noticed that I've been a little bit absent. So I went away on a sewing retreat and then I haven't done a video until now. And the reason being is that I had a lovely time at the retreat. I have not done a sewing retreat vlog, but I have done a sewing retreat blog. So if you want to read all about it, so to speak, I know it's a bit old school, read all about it, then you can go and look on my website. And I blogged all about that time. But I came back from the retreat all full of the joys of spring and sewing cup fulfilled and bouncy and, fantastic. Took my sewing kit down to my sparkly studio, which in my house is down into my cellar, and promptly fell down the last 5 steps, flat on my peachy bottom. Oh, I cried. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, so that is why you haven't seen anything, but you'll be pleased to know the heat pack has worked its treat. The bruises are healing. The bottom is fine as long as I don't sit down for too long. Sorry if that's too much information. But yeah, so I am ready to Vlogmas. I am ready. So I hope that explains. But what I'm going to do on a Monday is it's going to be a very chatty one on a Monday, and I'm going to fill you in on all of the other things that are going on in my life. So if you want to find out what's going on in Sparkly Studio headquarters, then Monday is the day to tune in. Now, while Vlogmas is going on, the rest of my life is still going on. The studio is still opening and running, so I will be having my lessons still on days that I have lessons, and my social sparkle will still be going on. So if you fancy starting and ending your week with a sparkle, you can sign on. Again, everything's on my website, which I've linked down below, for a sparkly session. So in those sessions, you just come along with your sewing project, and and we have a lovely little chat. Monday mornings 10 till 12, so I'll be doing that in a little while, and Friday evenings 7 till 9. So it's a nice way to kind of end the week and, before the weekend, and then ready for a new week again. So everything will be carrying on as normal. I've just decided to do Vlogmas as well, because this is how I roll. Yeah, so Mondays is going to be a chatty session. Tuesdays is for tutorials. I love alliteration, me. So Tuesdays is tutorials. Every Tuesday throughout Vlogmas, I am going to film a full tutorial. It's going to be beginner friendly. It's going to be giftable. It's going to be something that you can make as a gift. It's going to be something that you don't need too much gubbins for. So you've probably got it all in your sewing room. I'm saying festive because it's giftable. It doesn't necessarily need to be Christmassy. And yeah, so you'll have 4 possible gifts to give by the end of Vlogmas. So, you know, it is Vlogmas, but it's also a sewing gift from me to you. Wednesdays. So on Wednesdays, I'm going to be sharing my actual dressmaking sewing that I'm going to be doing in the festive period. And I'm going to do it part sew along, part planning, part makes, that kind of style video. And I'm going to be making my Christmas outfit with you. And because Christmas Day lands on a Wednesday, I'll be actually coming on very briefly on Christmas Day to show you my Christmas outfit, all finished. It may just literally be a short of a Christmas twirl. Merry Christmas to you. This is my outfit that I finished. So yeah, that is Wednesdays. Thursdays are special. I've always loved Thursdays. I always want to do on a Thursday. I've done this since I was a teenager. On a Thursday, I always try and do a little pass the kindness on. So I try and be kind all the time, and I hope my friends think that I am kind all the time. I do try and be kind all the time, but on a Thursday I always try and do like a random act of kindness for no reason. So Thursdays have always been special for me in that, because I just try and do something kind. And so I'm going to be doing like special things on a Thursday. So one of the Thursdays I've got a special Christmas tree festival one lined up for you. I've got the lovely baby sparkles lined up for you for one of my Thursdays, and I've got a few special things, but they're going to be a bit more kind of set alone on theirs. And then Friday, so again, because it's real life, folks, this is real life, and I want Vlogmas to work for me and work for you. So on a Friday, you're going to declutter with me. I have decided that because I've now got my sewing room up here and my studio downstairs, I need to have a really good declutter. Is there sewing things in my sewing room that I do not need? Yes, there are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do little kind of 5-minute sessions where I kind of tidy something up, and you're going to sit and watch me if you want to. But you might find out about how I organise things and how I declutter things and the decision making, and that might be of interest to you. And then Saturday and Sundays are going to be kind of festive and family. I always have all of my family together on a Sunday, so I'm going to be sharing those kinds of things on those days. So yeah, welcome to Vlogmas at the Sparkly Studio. Oh, that's really tasty. Oh. So I've got a very busy day today. I have got to go off in a few minutes to host my social sparkle. Forgot what I called it then. My social sparkle session with some of you lovely folk. I'm hoping for a bumper session this morning. Yeah, so I've got to go and do that. So I will quickly pop in here my advent calendars videos to explain to you what's happening, and then I will open the first window of my advent calendars. So I'm going to take you through the 4 advent calendars that I'm going to be opening with you throughout Vlogmas. And the first one I'm going to talk to you about, I will be opening every day. So the first one is this one, and it's from Holly's Haberdashery, and it's in this gorgeous Christmassy box with robins and angels and stars and stockings. And this one is a fat quarter advent box. So if I just give you a quick whoop, whoop in there, and as you can see, they're all individually wrapped and individually numbered, like so, in these little gingerbread man bags. And yeah, and so I chose the Tilda selection. So there was a few different options that you could choose from Holly's Haberdashery, and I am, those of you that have watched me for a while know that I'm a big Tilda fan. So I chose the Tilda option. So I'll be opening a different Tilda fat quarter every day. So that's the first one. The second advent calendar that I'll be opening every day is this one. Now, I bought this one from the lovely girls Adele and Bex at Fabric Obsession, and it is etiquette, and it is a label. So each label in this advent calendar has been carefully placed by hand with a tiny sticky dot. So if it's not in there, it may be that it's moved down. So that's something that we'll look forward to together when we open the window. Will the label be there? Will it be somewhere else? Nobody knows. I like a bit of excitement and drama. So as you know, if you watch me, I love a label. So I thought if I was going to get fabric every day, I would get a label every day. And that would be a nice thing to add to my stash collection of fabric and notions. So yes, so that's that one. Now the other two advent calendars I've got are going to be working in a slightly different way. So let me just move my tripod stocking. Now this one, this lovely one, is from my lovely friend Adam of Adam Sews, and it's all beautifully packed inside in this lovely pink tissue, and I give you a little whoop whoop little sneak peek in there. And this one I will be opening every other day from the 2nd. So not today, I'll be opening that one tomorrow onwards. And that's Adam Sews. And then the final advent calendar is this one here, which is the Beyond the Pink Door from the lovely Andrea at Beyond the Pink Door advent calendar. And this one is it's the last 12 days of Christmas advent calendar. So this one I will start opening on the 13th and then open every day through Vlogmas. So yes, so that is what I'll be doing as part of, as well as all of the other things during Vlogmas. So I will be opening the advent calendars every day. So shall we start with the first one? Shall we? So I've had a little surprise latecomer, and this Haribo advent calendar was a gift from my daughter, and yeah, she came for dinner and provided me with this, and I wasn't going to open it, but I thought, oh no, it'll be fun to open it with you. So here's number one, window number one. And inside window number one is some little Merry Christmas Haribo sweeties. I love Haribo sweeties.